You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel, it's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing Rangers' close victory against Ross County from yesterday. I'll just get straight into this video, guys. So the match finished Ross County 0, Rangers 1. Now it wasn't the comeback that we were expecting, it wasn't the great footballing side, and it wasn't a commanding performance, but what we did do is we did dominate the ball for large periods of the game. They did have a couple of chances in the second half which we'll talk about, but for the most part Rangers did control the game. It was just that thing of the usual thing of just trying to break this team down, which was very, very difficult to do. They had 2 banks of 4 and they were very, very organised, very disciplined, and a lot of the times it was trying to break through what was very packed defence. I think the mistake we made yesterday was trying to, and I've made this mistake before guys, let's be honest, trying to pump it into the box when there's about 10 men in the box. I mean, it just doesn't work. I mean, even if we do get a header, it's going to get a deflection somewhere. You never know when it's going to go. But it's very difficult to score from that, I think, when there's just so many bodies in the box. We need to try and figure out to do something slightly different, which is obviously how the goal came about, and I'll talk about that later as well. I thought we started off reasonably well. Within a couple of minutes we had already had our first chance where Kamara had a wee snapshot. Saved straight at the keeper, to be fair. The keeper's made a good save, but it was straight at him. No real mention of it from the commentators. There's more a mention of the save rather than the actual shot, which was pretty close if I'm honest, from Kamara. But that was just 2 minutes in, we got a corner, we got another chance, with kind of like a half chance from a header and stuff, but we didn't quite create enough chances in the first half. We had a wee half chance where Kent tried to put the ball in the box, and it eventually fell to Morelos, who forced a good save for the keeper. But to be fair to Morelos, it was about a yard away from him, well, from him and the goalkeeper. That was the space he had to kind of hit it, and he hit it low and hard as he possibly could, and keeper's made a good save. So I can't really blame Morelos for no scoring that, to be honest. He'd have to do really well to score from that angle. And that was pretty much it for the first half. Stephen Davis had a decent shot from just outside the area just before half time, but again it's straight down the throat of the keeper. Easy save for Laidlaw to make. The only other talking point of the first half was a possible penalty, and I say possible, I don't know why I'm saying possible, it was a definite penalty for us. Matt Polster on the right hand side tried to play it in, and Justin Fontaine, doing his best Al McGregor impression, slides down and it hits him clearly on the arm. Morelos went daft at Fontaine for doing that, and that was all the commentators were interested in, how Morelos was reacting, not the fact that it should have been a stonewall penalty, by the way. But to be fair, our penalty record, we probably would have missed it anyway, so I'm not going to get too down on that. And that was pretty much the first half in a nutshell. We tried and tried, but we just couldn't break them down. We got our usual penalty claim. We had a couple of half chances, and that was pretty much it. 0-0 at half time. So we went into the second half, and 2 things happened at half time with Rangers. We either come out all guns blazing, having had a real talking to from Steven Gerrard, and we go at it and we get a goal in the first couple of minutes, or we come out slightly slow, slightly sluggish, slightly flat, and that's what happened here. And within 5-6 minutes they had their first chance, which was again these mistakes that we keep making at the back. Try to play it out too clever. Edmondson passes it to Aribo. It wasn't a great pass. Aribo doesn't get the best of touches on it. Ross County player nicks in, robs the ball, passes it to Mackay. Mackay takes one touch to beat Goldson and fires in a real good shot. Excellent save from McGregor, who saved us time and time again. And not long after that they had a chance where I think, I can't remember the boy's name, Ross Stewart, who I thought had a real good game, dancing through the players like he's Joe Aribo. About 5-6 players just didn't react, they didn't tackle, they were too lazy in the tackle, and he eventually got into the box, forced a really good save from McGregor, which was like the second save in a couple of minutes. McGregor got straight up and started berating his players and giving them what for, which was absolutely deserved. I mean, no one had any intention of tackling them. They were very, very slow and lethargic, and it could have been a goal when we could quite possibly been 2-0 down at that point. And that was the point where we started to wake up. Gerrard made a couple of changes. Canberra came on for Hadji, who I thought was largely ineffective in this game, didn't really get in it. I think he's more suited to like European games where there's a lot of space, and probably, I don't know how he'll fare in an Old Firm game, but I'd imagine he'll be like Ryan Kent, who gets up for these kind of games. These games at Dingwall where it's so compact, I don't think he quite works as a player, but he does create something out of nothing, so I understand why he gets his game. But Canberra on probably, and he did very well. He was very positive going forward. He wanted the ball at his feet a lot. He linked up very well with the players around him, and I thought he made a big difference. Steve Gerrard was just about to change it. He was about to take Ryan Kent off, but Ryan Kent put a couple of really good balls into the box, including one which Aribo got on target, but their player, I think it was Ross Stewart again actually, headed it off the line, and that prompted Steven Gerrard to change his mind. He then took Kamara off and put Jones on, kept Ryan Kent on the pitch, which worked a treat because within a minute Ryan Kent had scored the goal. Now, there's no point in me trying to explain the goal because I'm very, very poor at explaining goals, as you already know, so I'll try and show you a quick clip of the goal. So that was the goal. Obviously that's better than me explaining it. Obviously Ryan Kent cut in for the right hand side, which I think he's better at. I remember scoring a very similar goal against Hamilton when we were very much under the cost just before half time. That was probably a better strike, to be fair. This one took a big deflection off sorry, Ricky Foster, who I think Stuart's won after that thing in Valencia a few years ago. Well, a good few years ago now. And that's pretty much all that happened in the game. Excuse me, touch of coronavirus there. But yeah, it wasn't. We created another couple of chances. Jordan Jones came on. I thought he did a lot of good running. He made a real good run. Where I thought at first it was a free kick, where he just burst through the centre, dodged a couple of good tackles, and then was brought down. But then you see in the replay, and it was a really good tackle. So no complaints there. One complaint I will have was very close to the end. Canberra was brought down on the edge of the area. When you see in the replay, it was a rugby tackle. That's only way I can describe it. The boy just turns, puts his arm straight around him and pulls him down. That's not even on the highlights for some reason. Probably for obvious reasons that they didn't like to show things against us. And that was pretty much it. The guy got yellow carded for it. I thought on another day possibly could have been red carded. I know Morelos probably would have been. But that was pretty much it. As I say, finished 1-0, and it wasn't the greatest performance, to be honest, but we did, if you looked at the highlights, you'd think, alright, Rangers rode their luck a little bit with the chances that Ross County had, but for the most part they controlled it and they won the game. That's probably true, but it was very frustrating to watch because of the time it took to break this side down. Very difficult, but it's a win, and if you're going to get out a poor run like we are, we're going to have to string wins together. And whether it's a brilliant one or it's a scrapey one like that, I'll take that. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. In terms of man of the match, I would go for McGregor. I thought he kept us in it. Honourable mentions to obviously Aribo, who I thought played well. Canberra, when he came on, made an impact in the game. Jones made an impact on the game as well. And probably the only other one I can mention is probably Katic when he came on. I know he came up very late for Morelos just to kind of shore things up again, but he looked solid, and I felt a little bit safer with him in there. To be honest, I wouldn't mind having a three at the back with Edmondson, Katic and Goldson in there, or possibly one of them coming out and Hollander coming in, but that's a story for another day. So I'm just going to wrap this video up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new, as I always say, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for the people who have subscribed so far. I might be only adding 1s and 2s here and there, but it's really helping the channel out, so I really thank every single person for doing so. It really makes a big impact to my day, and it makes all these videos worthwhile, in all honesty. So thanks very much for watching. As I said, enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.